Don't mock the afflicted. It's not my fault. Just need to give up the pipe. Hello and good evening. Welcome to the I don't know, what are we? We're the Phil, Matt and Corien show tonight because Corien's on with us as well. And I'm dying.
It's Bob Fleming tonight.
Bob Fleming tonight, yes. But we will persevere. So if I go quiet and off camera for a bit, I'm just dying down here at the side. So yes, I blame Corien clearly because I've got the lurgy coming back from Holland. Picked it up somewhere.
Blame me? Why?
He's not blaming you. He's actually blaming your country. He's just
your entire country.
Not alienating.
I'm not saying it's you specifically, but I got a dose of the flu after the back of it, or SARS, or Manthrax, or something. Clearly, so I've definitely got the man flu. So consequently, that's it. I'm a bit sort of run down with it all. Mm-hmm. But yes. Anyway, trust you're all doing very well at home. It's nice to be back. Nice to have Matt back as well. We're getting back in the swing of it all now, Matt. Recovered after Flory Fest? Not really.
Yeah, no, absolutely fine. No,
yes.
All good this end.
Definitely. And Corien, are you back up and running? All the stock been put away now?
Yep.
All back and up. So I'm trying to get into our chat room, but I can't get in.
Your own site is not letting you in.
I can't even get my own site, which is about right.
It's because you're
That's
poor.
it. Phil's got the Halloween heebie-jeebies. Yes, All Hallows Eve, everybody. My favourite holiday. Wasn't it Devil's Night the night before? That was from the film The Crow. I like that film. Growing up as a junior anarchist in the 80s. Brandon Lee. Have you never seen it? It's a good film.
I don't think I've ever seen All the Crow. I think I started to watch it and then never really got into it. So they've
made a remake of it, but to be honest, I cannot watch it because it would be one of those awful ones, a modern take on it. So yes. And clearly it's got the best piece of music from The Cure they ever did, because it's the best thing they actually did. After that, it was rubbish. So, just saying. For all the Cure fans out there.
It's not as good as The Lost Boys, is it?
No, it's definitely not The Lost Boys. That's got some good ones all the way through. But
that's a good
definitely.
film, that is. I'm glad they've not tried to remake that either. Do you know what I mean? That's a classic from the 80s and it should stay there. So, yes. Definitely. Did you have all of those over in Holland, Corien?
What?
See The Crow? No.
The Crown?
Crow film.
Oh, The Crow. I am a crow.
That's what I was saying. Miss Crowfell or Crowsfield.
Miss Crowfield. We have a lot of crows.
Yeah. Is that your English translation, Mrs. Crowfield?
It is.
Miss Crowfield.
Yeah.
I like
Crowfield
that.
is Crowfield. Yeah.
You are now Corien Crowfield.
That's it. That's what I call her anyway, because I can't pronounce her name.
Can you pronounce it?
What? Crowfield. I've got it now. I'm better now with it. I've spent 4 days in Holland. I'm absolutely fluent now.
Fluent, rolling your tongue.
Dewey. Dewey. That's it. I'm fluent now in Hollandaise. So, yes, all good stuff. Anyway, so lots of things are starting to happen again, thank God, because let's face it, the summer was a little bit sort of very, very quiet with everything that's going on. So we've got some releases starting to poke the head again above the sort of parapet, which is nice. We've got some interesting news coming out from Border Models, which has caused somewhat of a stir. I know I spoke about it on the vlog on Wednesday. Me and Matt have discussed it and seen it as well. Can you over-can something, and are rivets too much?
That is the question. That's $1 million question, isn't it, at the minute?
That's the question we'll be asking tonight.
To be fair to Border Models, they've got people talking about the hobby.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good or bad, whichever way you want to look at it. It's got opinions, hasn't it? Let's be honest, this kit, by the looks of it, before it's even hit the shops. So
yes. Oh God, absolutely. The thing is, I was notified about it, what was it, over the weekend? And then you spoke about it, Matt. At the beginning of the week, wasn't it? And everything. And again, it's one of those ones that it's got a life of its own, and people are talking about it and discussing it. Yet all we've actually seen is some test shots done by a certain modeler, which we probably all know because he used to do all the wing stuff as well. But again, I don't know. It's one of those things. We'll discuss it in a minute and we'll show you the pictures. But I think it's one of those ones where it's being spoken about and dragged through the internet before anybody's actually properly seen it. This is a test shot. It could change, and all the rest of it. So, and it may be one of those things like I do reviews. You show it to the camera at a certain angle. It makes all the sort of, the definition seem stronger than it actually is. But you want to show it on camera. So you show it in the best possible light so it can come through. So, that's the thing to it. Is that a case that it won't be so strong when it's all painted and done? We don't know.
But no, yes. that was something I read in it. It's that mythical thing of putting it under paint will make it look better.
Yeah.
I'm holding opinion until we've actually seen it in the flesh, and then it can be fully judged. Because, like I say, you can't really tell off pictures, can you? To a point, anyway. So.
No, and that's the thing. I think, as you say, this is one of those ones. If I just put the pictures up now, we might as well talk about it now. Hold on. If I just bring it in, hopefully it will work tonight. Come on. Sorry, computer always runs a bit slow when we're doing 100 things at once. So hopefully, there we go. So this is what we're talking about. This is the Border Models 1/35th scale Heinkel. And me and Matt almost dedicated a whole show to this last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was when it first got announced. Yes, we did. That's just off some CAD, I think it was, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It was just a CAD picture and it looked mega. And to be honest, the clickbait was brilliant on that one because everyone went for it. I've spoken about this, obviously, on one of our shows this week, which was just out, obviously, to the membership. And, can it be overdone? And it does look particularly bad. But I have seen some pictures of the real thing. And I know it's in a museum, so you're never quite sure if it's had a really hard life, it's some type of Frankenstein, all the rest of it. But the one in the museum looks the same. All right. So you've got lots of stuff going on in these pictures. And again, you've got some areas look quite subdued. But I just think it's a feat of engineering to get this type of canning nowadays on a model, and again, the way it's really subtle at the beginning here and then just gets a little bit worse where it would do down the tails and things like that, I think are, pretty interesting. But again, one of the big thing is the rivets. So like as Matt was pointing out as well, this thing was built for speed. Wasn't it an airliner properly? And then it got converted to really be a bomber, wasn't it?
Yeah, for mail and airliners and stuff at first. When it as a bit of a guise for what it really was supposed to be doing, I think,
Yes. Is that like a 109, which they said was for postal work, wouldn't it?
Yes.
The early 109. Yeah. They flogged it for a few years. Oh, aggressive. No, it's all right. It's a good aggressive postal worker. But the rivets do look to be very, very strong on this. And like Matt was saying earlier before we came on the air, you would have thought that they would have been flush rivets or domed at least for aerodynamic purposes,
To be honest, when you zoom in like that, that could be the side of a ship.
Yeah, that's it.
If you didn't know,
no,
I don't know about that. But the other thing is, you can always sand them off. At least they're raised.
Yeah, of course you can. Absolutely. But yeah, it is all raised detail. And again, I've been quite an advocate really of recessed rivets because when you're doing weathering and stuff, it's so much easier doing recess than it is raised rivets. Because obviously you just put a wash over it and wipe it away. But obviously you try and put a wash on this, it's going to get caught around all the bolt heads and that, and it's going to make for very heavy weathering, which you might not probably want on the actual model. But again, it's one of those areas where I think it's one of these kits that's going to be very, very well discussed. Everybody's either going to love it or hate it and all the rest of it. But, just things like these access panels on the leading edge of the wings, they're very defined. I think from an engineering point of view of obviously tooling and stuff like that, I think it's a lovely piece of work. It can't be easy. And like we said before, this next shot up here, the way that they've done this particular area here, and it's got this, it looks like a dent in it. And to get the rivets to go over it and to follow through, and it must be complex. And you can see the stress marks where it's had trouble getting it out of the mold onto this. So it shows what a challenge it must be to produce this, to get the rivets to all be still good alignment and poking in the right direction when you've got dense and complex shapes like this. But again, I think a lot of people have really laid into this very, very heavily, and I've been right the way over the internet to go through the discussions, but I've heard, quite a lot of hate for this now, saying, oh, it's overdone and the canning's awful and they were never that bad and this, that and the other. But I have seen photos, as I say, from some of these ones in the museums, the Spanish ones, and they do look it. I don't know, what's the one at Hendon like? I don't think you can actually see it from above, can you? Don't think so.
No, I don't know, because I think it's quite dark, isn't it, in the Battle of Britain bit as
well.
Yeah,
it's really dark, isn't it?
It's not the best lighting, is it, to see it? So, and I haven't been to Hendon for years, so I can't even remember it. But I mean, like I say, it's going to be a Marmite kit, I think, isn't it? Like the damage under that wheel well thing. Would you prefer to do that yourself, or are you happy with that in there? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
you know,
I think it's a really nice job what they've done.
Yeah,
it's subtle enough.
I admire all the engineering and the moulding, but from your point
would you
of view
want
as a
it?
modeler, you kind of stuck with it because either you're filling it and replacing all the rivets, which is going to be a bit of a crappy task to do, isn't it? Let's be honest. Or you kind of stuck with it, which means then everybody's model is going to have that and look the same. Just yeah, I don't know. The canning, the riveting, we'll have to see. The damage, I would have left the damage out if I'm honest, and just then you as the modeler, they can decide if they want to or not. That's the way I look at it. But it's very well done. Don't get me wrong, the engineering and like I say, the moulding and stuff look spot on. So I tell you what, I'm just thinking border models do know how to create
a bit of
points, don't they?
No, definitely.
You know, they've got form for it, haven't they?
Yes.
Over the years.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't want to judge it till I see it. So that's the way I look at it. Keep options open on it.
And like I've said, with the nice thing with Border Model as well is that for many, many years they've lived in the shadows, I think, of Wingnut Wings. By taking on their Lancaster, it was a bit of a poison chalice, I thought, because, they were taking on somebody else's kit, flogging it as their own. And again, you've got that thing about, whose kit is it and all the rest of it. So from that point of view, I think it's really nice that they've now released a bomber like this with the level of canning and the level of detail onto it, which is right up there, if not surpassed anything that we saw with the Lancaster. So it shows that Border Models as a company are striving and moving forward with it. And it's really nice from a point of view for me as a reviewer and builder and a fan of the hobby, obviously, to see a next step, a giant leap, because we've never seen anything like that. Not to that extent, canning on that level. So again, from an engineering point of view and molding and doing all things like that and a design point of view, I assume they've scanned something. I don't think that's just a whiffery job. I think they've scanned something somewhere, one of the CASA ones, I assume, and done it like that. So,
I agree.
Again, I know when you're at Duxford, if you look down on the Lancaster from the nose, I've got some photos of it, which actually, if I try and be clever here, I might be able to actually show you because they're on the main site, and it's one of those things. Where is it? That's just Jane, Duxford. God, that's a few years ago now. It's when we were there in 19.
All right, okay, yeah, geez.
So
that was Dax over Duxford, wasn't it?
I think it was Dax when we did Dax, yeah. So, and again, when you see this one, this is the one I took. Looking down onto it, you can see the state of it. But I know a lot of people have said that this particular one, it was. It's proper ripply and everything all the way over. And I know this one was put together for the museum and it is made up of various other bits of Lancaster and stuff that's kicking round. But the reason I took these photos, because it's, it's different. It's really sort of interesting to see it. But obviously you see the leading edges compared to these bits, they're like night and day. So...
Again, you've got to think how they were constructed and what they were constructed for. They're never going to be perfect out the factory. Let's be honest. It is aluminium.
No.
Aluminium's soft,
and it is very, very thin. I don't know what mil gauge it was, but it's not thick, is it? Because it's all for lightness, and it is just a cowling after all.
I've worked with aluminium on cars, and it's not a nice material, to be honest, to work with. It's soft and it's proper, pliable, and it's really easy to damage it. So if you're just riveting something, just the force of a rivet will make a dent. It's just the nature of the metal you're working with. So, Again, it was there to do a job, weren't it? Not to look pretty, if you know what I mean. It's not there to concourse and win prizes. It's there to, to do something else. So get it out, get it built, get it out of the factory, and get it to an airfield and flying. So.
Because obviously, it's thanks to the team, I got very close with Just Jane last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the guys for my birthday got me a trip on that. And again, the nice thing with that, you get to properly go where you like underneath it when it's just sat there. It's great. So I took loads of photos, and it's not like that one. That Just Jane's quite mint, in a lot of ways. And obviously it's restored and it's beautiful and it's literally like factory fresh, where obviously the one that's down in Duxford looks pretty much like some of the panels they've been found somewhere. And they've put them on and used them, which they probably have done in a lot of cases. And it makes you wonder, though, with this one that they might have scanned, that may be a case for it as well, that it wasn't that bad in the day, But don't know.
Again, though, if you've got access panels where you're taking engine covers off to service engines and stuff, I don't think they're going to be that careful with them, do you?
No.
You know, they're going to get them off to get to what they need to do to get them back on. So you can see around engines and where they're rearming it and everything is. You're probably going to get more damage than, you know, unless it's been shot at, obviously, and it's got repairs. I don't know, but
no, that's it.
Again, it's, you know, that's Uber Street.
It is. No, she's lovely. But as I say, I was lucky enough to get really. But again,
People
even
know,
in here, you can see some
look.
of it. Yeah, that's it. She, some areas, she's pretty, you know, denty and all the rest of it. Look at the fly splats on that.
Looks like a old Land Rover.
But it is. It's one of those ones where I think it's good that it's caused a little bit of a stir and all the rest of it about it. But I just sometimes think that let's face it, everyone's like an armchair historian and all the rest of it, general with these things. And I think there's a lot of voices just killing it immediately. But we haven't seen the real thing yet. And obviously, you know, it could be right. You don't know, but there's people out there saying, "Oh, it's awful, it's rubbish," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, really? Do we have to do that every time anybody releases a new kit of anything? Just kick it to death, and it's all wrong.
To be honest, with Border, they're just trying to push the boundaries a bit as well of the actual what the technology could do in the moulding and that. So you always get that backlash a little bit, don't you? You know, I don't like change.
Well, this is it. So, Corien, I've got to ask you then, as a non-modeler or a very junior modeler, when you're looking at models, do you prefer them to be beaten up and weathered, or something a bit more factory fresh and a bit nicer?
That's different. It's not always the same. Some things you want weathered, and other things you want perfect. So it's not all the same. No.
Cop out. You're supposed to give one or the other.
Politicians.
Okay,
that was a proper politicians. That was, yeah. Yeah, with flooring models washes, it'll be fine. Thank you. Yes. So anyway, it's as I say, I think it'd be really nice. Obviously, I'll get my hands on one. We get it for a review. I think it's an interesting scale. I did the old Revell 32nd one many years ago, and that thing's just massive. It's like this. I remember building it here. I hadn't been in this place long, and it just took up the entire area, and I put all the photo etch on top of it and that. And the Revell kit isn't bad just for an overall, but we put a ton of photo etch in it and out it and everything. I just didn't photo etch the Bombay because I couldn't be bothered.
The thing is with them Revell kits, though, the big one is they are lacking in any detail, aren't they? They are what they are. They're very plain. Basic, and you can add your own to it, which again does give you the choice. Then you're not stuck with something you don't want. If you do want to do all the effort of canning it and riveting it and all that, it's a blank canvas, aren't they? The big Revell kits always have been, obviously, because there's a price point that they're coming at, and you know, and everything that Revell need to do with them. So, you know, at least I don't know, you pay, because that's 35th anyway. This one that's coming out, isn't it? So they're sticking with that scale as well. It's not 32nd.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting thing.
It is, definitely. Speaking of can openers and metal, there we go.
Ooh,
next one up
nice
from Hobby Boss. We've got the can opener, the proper one with proper guns on it and cannons and stuff. So, yes. So we've got North Africa, Hurricane. So this is the Mark II-C then, isn't it? 'Cause it's got the cannons. C for cannon, didn't we work out? B for bombs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very, very nice as well. Again, nice box art. Do like that as well. There's something just about the North Africa sort of stuff and all things like that. I think it looks really, really nice. And again, that kit is a really nice kit. I built that kit, what now?
Last year?
It was part of a live one, was it last year? And actually, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it was. It was last year.
Next to the Airfix one.
Yeah, last summer, wasn't it? When we did live stuff.
Well, they brought out different versions of it now, but it's quite nice to see the cannon arm one there, the can opener in the North Africa one. And it is a really nice, straightforward kit. And I know, again, accuracy in that, but I liked it. It was really, really nice kit, that one.
It's like Hurricane.
Yeah, that's it, if you like your Hurricane and all the rest of it. The other one is, Matt will tell you what the name of this one is, because I can't remember. For all you nautical types out there.
It is the Britannic. One of the sister ships from the Titanic.
Titanic, yes.
Yeah, so, and I think that got sunk as well in World War One in the Aegean Sea, if I remember rightly from the description.
Right. Okay.
It's obviously converted into hospital ship, as you can see, which you get in the in the decal. So this is what 1/700th. Did I say this one is?
Yeah, yes. I think so. Yeah.
So if you like your ships,
as I say, you've got your photo etch on there right the way through. By the looks of it, comes with the actual kit. So yeah, definitely. If you're into your sort of your ships and things like that, especially the was it 3 or 4 of them they built? Was the Britannic,
the Olympic, the and
the Olympic and the Titanic? Yeah,
there's 3 in there. What was the class? The class in there, I can't. It says on the description that thingy, but whatever. Is it Olympic class?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
I can't remember. Anyway, somebody will be shouting in chat that you don't know your history. But anyway, it's nice to see something other than the Titanic, actually. To be honest.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to see the cis ship. I watched the program all about it, and they were saying that all the footage that you see, for the Titanic, most of it was the Olympic and the Britannic, because obviously no one really filmed the Titanic sailing, but they filmed the other one. So what they did is very cleverly, even back then, where it did say Titanic and all things like that, it's just blacked out. They did it post-production in the video, just put a bit of pen over it, so it doesn't show the name of the ship, but all the colour footage of it, which is only a few, those are actually, it was the Olympic. So
okay. It's actually quite an interesting bit of history, actually, if you read up about them class of ships.
Yeah, definitely.
They were massive, weren't they? As in the day. So
yes, very big. And then obviously, if you're going down that route, you've got another option as well. So this is which one's this? Jesus, I can't remember which one it is now.
This is the 1/200th Olympic.
This is a big one. So in the old dazzle camo, again, nice to see it in something a little bit different.
Yeah, so it's in its World War I.
Giant decals.
No, you got to paint that. Hey, paint, pencil, pen, felt tip pens.
Pens. You need felt tip pens for that. It'd be great. Colour it in.
Mind you, it's big in 1/200th scale. That's a big lump, isn't it?
That is going to be huge, absolutely monster. I know, massive. Obviously, with the Titanic kit came out and all the rest of it, you see it at the shows and they'd like literally turn up on a trailer. And again, that one's not going to be small either. But it is quite nice to see the other versions of them coming down the line now, Yeah,
it is. Yeah, something a little. Well, I'd say a little bit different. It's not that much different, but again, it's not the Titanic, is it? So
no,
which they've already done. Bless you, Corien. Bless you, Corien.
Is she going down as well? Just do what I do. If you don't breathe, it's fine. It's like
cutting journey.
I feel like an elephant sat on my lungs. That's it now. It is. Do you know what? I'm getting a bit of a hot sweat now as well. It's like Jesus. Got the sweats. Okay, the other one up as well. We've got which one is it? The Curtis. This is the new one from Arma Hobbies.
Just been announced.
Just been announced, hot off the press, coming soon. So yeah. Again, so obviously this is the sort of predecessor to quite a few aircraft, including the P40 was sort of designed off the back of these, wasn't it, and all the rest of it. But this is the original one of obviously the Curtis Hawk.
It is. It'll be interesting to see this kit now with this new, manufacturing, shall we say.
So, okay, I can talk about that because I did have a few emails. And when I say a few, I mean about 3. All right. But from people who are clearly in the know. And one particular chap who was a member sent me the link to the company statement. Now, I couldn't watch the Polish version because obviously there's one, they've done it as a podcast and they are talking about it. But I did read the article that they did put up about, they've changed their tooling and obviously their production and all the rest of it to really lower costs at the end of the day. Short and curlies of it is. You can understand it. And what they've done is that they've added, you've got extra parts that are available for it as well, sort of upgrade bits and things like that to sort of better it. But again, it's one of those things. I was naive as well. I didn't really read anything up on it. It's only when I was sent this thing, I read up on it and all the rest of it. And they obviously go into great discussions about for the future of the hobby, what they need to do, so forth and so on. And again, it's one of those things. It's nice that they are open enough to put themselves out there and say, yeah, it's not brilliant, but because we want to bring it out at a certain price and obviously we want to do certain things in the future and all these different things as well for the longevity of the business, that's what they need to do and the way they need to go. It does seem a little bit of a shame. And you're always going to get people, and in the business, and me and Corien have spoken about this a lot over Sanders and things, where people say, it doesn't matter what it costs, I'd buy it. until you've actually got to pay for them. And it is that thing. The reason I stopped doing the sanders a few years ago is just because the cost went up 400%. So a pack of sanders is going to cost you basically around about £8-9. And no one's going to pay that. But everyone says, oh, I would. Would you? Would you really? So again, it's one of those things about, sort of market conditions and all the rest of it. But again,
sorry. But all right, they've had to lower costs and production. But why doesn't it go together? That's no excuse. I can't see that as an excuse of why that Era Cobra does not fit together because they've had to lower the costs.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what I mean? That is an incredibly valid point, and I totally agree with you as well. You would have thought in testing it, at least a modern day kit now should go together. Even if the detail's low and things like that, you would still think with CAD and modern design, it should have all been picked up on a computer screen rather than doing a test shot and then finding out it doesn't fit. Yeah,
because it's not just one thing with that. It's quite a few. There's errors with it, with the fitting of it or whatever, throughout the kit. So it's not just the isolated, the front end or whatever it is, the cockpit, wherever, don't fit very well. It's like a catalogue of errors with the kit. So it'll be interesting when this one comes out if that's been addressed, because that was the real plus point with Arma Hobbies as a manufacturer, was the fit. All right, the mouldings were exceptional, weren't they? The first lot, when they were doing the tooling and stuff. Yes. But actually, the fit as well was really good. And if they're going to kind of lose that side of it, they're going to struggle, I think, to be honest. So, yes.
It is. And if you do want to see the full article about it, if you go on Arma Hobby site, I'm looking for it now and I can't actually see it right now, but there is a thing all about it. And explains it and all the optional sprues and various things that comes through it, and again, it's to say I can't find it right now. I was going to show you, but I don't know where it is. But I was sent the link of it and the rest of it, but it is on their website. So if you go over and have a look for it, you'll find out all about it. I can't see. I'll just have a look for it again.
Well, I mean, as a company, I completely get it. I completely get why they cut costs, and you've got to go with the times and the market conditions and everything, because if you don't, you're going to be out of business. So I completely get that. It's just perhaps the actual execution of the kit was not brilliant, was it? Let's be honest.
No.
It's going to end up on par with that Revell F18. And that's not a good look, is it? So
no, the bit in the instructions where it tells you start taking chunks out of your kit because we couldn't be bothered is bad.
It's bad. That's never going to wash, is it?
Yes.
You never even got that in older kits, did you? Back in the day, it was.
No.
I can't remember one where it said you got to take a chunk out of something to make something fit. No. So interesting stuff.
The other one, last up, something a little bit interesting, a little bit different. We got the twin-engine Neptune, an aircraft which has been, I think, quite well overlooked. I think it's a smart-looking aircraft.
Do you know what? The Dutch use them as well, Corien. The Dutch had them. Quite a few.
Yep, in the maritime role.
Indeed.
So, and obviously a lot were converted to fire bombers now, aren't they?
Fighter bombers, is that what you just said?
Fire bombers.
Fire bombers.
Fire bombers. That's it. It's the French bit coming out. But this is a 48 scale Neptune, which we've never seen one before, have we? I don't think. Not unless it's vacuum.
No, we've only got one in 72nd, and that's the ancient Asagawa kit from like 1972 or something. Still.
Yeah. It's
a really overlooked aircraft. Really overlooked. I quite like the Neptune. I think it's quite a cool looking piece of kit, to be honest. So, 48 FOD would be not too big, but not small.
No. But again, I think it's quite nice, as I say, you got lots of possibilities with that if you wanted to in the future for doing like fire bomber work and all stuff like that. Yeah. But again, it was, I think, like the Neptune has been pretty much completely overlooked. I would have thought somebody back in the day, Revell would have tackled something like that. Been right up their street.
Do you know what? Yeah, well, they did rebox Asagawas in 72nd, but actually thinking about it, perhaps Revell or at least somebody else might have gone Italera, perhaps. Something they might have tackled in, don't know. Yes. I presume it's now because it's Lockheed, isn't it? And you've got to pay $1 gazillion to have their logo
the licensing.
On it.
So this is from Jet Mads.
They did the big one. I think they did the 30-second big one, did they?
Right, I was going to say, I don't know of their work, but yeah, if it's the vegan, that was all right. Again,
yeah, I think it's limited numbers. I think it's like mass produced. I think it is limited. I can't think what else they've done, but like I say, it's the 48th Neptune, so something I'd say something different for your collection.
Yes, got to be, definitely. The other thing as well, I'll just point out, which I haven't got on my screen here, so let me just grab it for 1 second because it's hidden away, but the members got this afternoon, is this little lump. So what we've got down in here is the Magic Factory. As soon as my computer wakes up, there we go. It's the Magic Factory M10 Booker. I knew nothing about this whatsoever, so I did have to watch a YouTube video. So 8 minutes of my life to get me up to speed on all of this. And again, it was one of those ones where it's funny because it looks like a mini Abrams, let's face it, at the end of the day. But it's not. It's a lot more than that. And it's not a light tank because apparently it was described as a... Oh, was it live? Oh, well, looks like I made it live anyway. Scrap that, everyone. It's up on the site. I thought it was hidden. Sorry. But yeah, so here it is in all its glory. It was described as a light tank, but apparently you can't call it a light tank with 105mm smoothbore gun. It's exactly the same gun that's on the Abrams. But whereas the Abrams is 75 tons, this thing's around about 40 tons. So it's a lot lighter. So basically what they've done is they've taken all the best bits from your, fire support vehicles and infantry fighting vehicles, things like that, i.e. the Bradley. And they've got the best bits as well from an Abrams, and they've stuck them together. But the thing is, the military doesn't like it being told like that. They say about, right, okay, it's a new vehicle and it's designed for the new modern world, that we live in, i.e. highly mobile. You can chuck them in the back of planes, get a few of them in a C-17, and away you go in C-5s. So it's not as big and cumbersome as a sort of, an Abrams or something else like that. But again, this one here's the pre-production one. How accurate this is, I don't know. But what I will say is I've never had a box that stuffed before. The box weighs a ton and it is fully loaded. It does come with an aluminium barrel. You've got photo etch, you've got a mask set, you've got that funny prison sticky stuff as well for doing your windows. But this kit has got some things in it I've never seen before. This suspension system. So it's actually got working independent suspension, but you can also adjust the height. So you've got these sliders which go in and they're on a rack system. And by sliding these up and down, you can change the ride height of the vehicle as a kit, which I've never seen before. So that's something very, very nice. So you can literally go through it and put it all together like that. All right. You've got your road wheels and all your bits and pieces, but you can literally come in through the top and change it, the ride heights and all the rest of it on there, which is very good. There you go. It's down in here. So you just slide these and obviously it goes through. You've got probably what looks like one of the most complicated track systems I've ever seen, but you do get a jig for putting it all together. But as you'll see in a moment, it does come with pins. You've got proper, strong, and they don't bend either, pins for making it. So what you're actually doing is building the track as they are. So you've actually got the pads going down for each side, and then you've actually, well, there you go. You've got the sort of the metal bit, then you've got the pads going onto it, then you're putting them in, then you've actually got the actual sort of guide eyes, I think they call them, whatever they are, the bits in between, right the way through, 2 pins, and then the bits on the end as well. So it goes together just like the real freaking track. So it's fully workable, fully independent suspension, all the rest of it in the kit, which I thought was a really, really nice touch. All right. And as I say, the rest of it goes together pretty much as you would expect. But you've got everything you could actually need down in there. You've got some really nice surface textures, as you can see on here for the actual anti-slip. Looks very, very nice indeed. Got a nice bit of photo etch. As I say, you've got the mask set for it and all the rest of it. This, I'm not sure comes with the kit because don't forget, the nice people at Magic Factory sent me this. But it does look like they sent the crew set with it as well. So this comes with the crew set, which can actually be freestanding, or it does come with little things which then fit inside the tank so they can stand on them so they're at the correct height. So they get little plinths to stand on, if you like. But they are beautifully cast, look really, really nice all the way through. And generally, it's great. It looks sharp, really, really sharp detail all the way through. Nice thing I like with Magic Factory is all their ejector pins are either just incredibly shallow or level. They don't have any problems with like deep ones in there and all the rest of it. There's no sink marks, there's no flash, there's no bearing too much or all the rest of it. They are just generally really nice, solid kits. And again, you know, the anti-slip, as you can see on these, looks really, really good. This is that workable system. So as you say, they're on these little sliders, and you slide them up and down to change the ride height of it. So it's literally working suspension on this thing. There's all your track pads. Have fun with all of that, kids. 4 sprues of that. So yeah, it is. It is quite something. But anyway, you can go off. You can see the review of that. That is up there right now. It will make its way out onto YouTube tomorrow as well. But if you want to cut the queue, just pop over to the actual review section down in here. If you jump in there just like this, you can see it in here now. All right. But I will say it is absolutely loaded, this box. Look, nothing at all movement in that, and it comes with a barrel. Don't know about the figures, as I say, they didn't mention it, so I'll have to ask my friend Annie.
Very nice.
So, but yes, very, very nice indeed. Lovely kit. And again, it's one of those ones where I'm quite inspired to build it.
Okay, fair enough. You should be receiving a package tomorrow. Have you had a notification?
I did have an email from PM Models saying I had a care package on the way for tomorrow. What's coming?
Can't tell you a secret squirrel stuff.
I can't do a live unboxing. So.
You've got to do a live unboxing.
Is it full of anthrax? Because it feels like the last one was.
No, you've already got that. So
yeah, that's it. So yes, that's all right. So that's all good. And a few bits. Just to point out, obviously, I asked the members for what you would like me to build as my next video build. And you've been beavering away and doing. I will put the poll up on tomorrow's one in the forum, and you can vote over the weekend. And then obviously we'll pick out the winner, and I'll start on it next week as well. The Nimrod, I'll tell you now, everybody wants me to build a Nimrod. I was going to do it next year anyway. So what I'll do is I'll hold that back, because that's one of my group builds for next year, which we'd already said about. So yeah, definitely the Nimrod. But the Nimrod currently is leading. But I think trying to do that in 3 weeks is going to be a bit of a tall order. So yes.
What was you going to build that for?
I can't remember which one it was now, but we did say about it, wouldn't it? It's like, that'll do. We'll get that in there. So
I don't think that. I think I know what it is. I don't think it counts. Do you know what a Nimrod is?
Well, yeah, I know what it is. I'm looking at it.
No, you. God, not the plane.
Oh no! If you're on about the Greek one, it's not that.
It's not that. It's not, is it? What are you building it for then?
I can't remember what it was now, but I thought there was a reason we was going to do it next year. Yeah, it could be for the Med one. Yes, it could be fine. So yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what it was now, but I know we said we were going to do it next year. That was the whole plan for it.
I can't remember either, to be perfectly honest with you.
I will brush the dust off. It's in the old traditional sort of grey boxing as well. So yeah, that's it.
You're doing it Ivy scheme, aren't you?
Oh God, yeah. You're
not doing it that hempy colour, are you?
No, I was going to do the proper version. Yeah.
Good. Oh, thank God for that.
No, we'll do the nice version.
That's good.
The real one. Yeah, not just the all over boring hemp.
Where are you going to put it?
I have no idea. It'll hang on a wall until I move, and then I have no idea where it goes. They're going to be hanging on the outside of the house at this point. So, yes, I don't know.
Somebody will be winning one in a raffle.
It will be, yeah. You come and collect it, please. But at the moment, we've actually got a winner is looking like, but I'm going to pick the top 5. So if I remember right at the top of my head, it's going to be the Draken, or the P-47, or the Corsair, or the there was another thing, can't remember what it was now. Oh, the train, which was very popular. People saying about the train doing the old WR360 C12 locomotive. See, I know what it is. I'll show you. Hold on.
But you've just read it on the box.
I may have just read it on the box. Fair enough. So hold on. There we go. This one, because I've never built a train before. How hard can it be?
Just do it.
Isn't it just metally colour? It's it. Be fine. It'll be all right. So anyway, I will put up this one, and obviously I'll put up like 5 or 6. Well, you can vote on it right away over the weekend, and then obviously go from there. So yes, we will see. In the meantime, I have been pushing on very nicely with this. Where are we? Here we go. So we've done the Osprey. So the Osprey is coming together very nicely. Done the interior. I've decided to have the door open. Look at that. See, just like to point out, Posca pens, not Posca pens. These are actually the AK pens for all of this. All of this black work in here, even the door, is all using the pens. So very nice with that. So there's that one done, and we've got the interior. is all set, ready to go as well. Not that you're going to see any of this when it's together, but it's all done and is in there. So it's coming along all very nicely. Got the floor and everything. So yes, it will be all right. So this thing, hopefully I'll get a couple of hours on it tomorrow, and we'll get this one in. Other way around. There we go. So when this is together, you'll see this about this much. Hold on. Right, ready?
You could light it. You could put some lights in it.
Do you know what? If you remember years ago when I did that aircraft carrier, that had full LED lighting in it. This thing could do with it as well, just to sort of light it and all the rest of it.
Are you having the back open?
I probably will have the back open because, as with this particular kit, we now know you can actually have it quite, you know, open and folded up and things. So I was thinking about I might have it doing where we could have it fully posable, but you could have it folded up, but with the back down, and do it that way. So yeah, we will see. But it's one of those ones. The only disappointing bit is I was sort of hoping, and it doesn't have it, and unless I can cut it and do it myself, is to actually have the forward bay open. It's got like a split door, opens up and down. Is to open it up and do it. I might actually do that because that way the light will then show through from the cockpit and you can see in. And that way, the bit this is why you'll never see any of this, because it all fits inside that. So unless you can see it through the window, it's completely lost on this particular kit. So yeah, be all right. We'll get it in there. It will look good once it's in. So that will come along as well. Very nice. You worked on anything?
I am, but you can't see it because I've done a vlog, so you'll have to wait till my vlog's out. I will give you a little hint of what it is.
Go on then.
Behind me.
Oh, behind you. Oh my God, a Frog Oxford. Okay. Wow. How old's that kit?
Older than me, probably. I've got no idea. I've never built. The thing is, I have never built a frog kit ever.
Right.
I've owned.
Didn't it say on the box somewhere? Have you got a date on that?
No. It looks cool. Look at that. Look at that. You know, look at the size of that box for storage. It's great, isn't it? I actually picked it up at the weekend with John at the Oval Show.
Right.
So I went to the Oval Show with Mr. Buller, and we was hunting for stuff.
Right.
As in old stuff. So I wanted a frog kit, and I seen this, and I thought that'll do. So I've been look at that.
Found it. Here we go. Thanks, scale mates. 1968.
Well, it's definitely older than me then.
1968.
Yeah. Is that when it was first released? Or is it older?
Oh, hold on.
No,
What's
that's
the date
original.
on that one. That's the original.
When's that?
When was that? God, my eyesight. Where's my glasses? What age
What's
is
it say,
that?
Corien?
1963.
There you go. So it's a 1963.
Jesus.
Original tooling. No, mine's a 68 boxing, is it?
Yeah, yours is the 68 boxing by the looks of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes in this fantastic yellow.
That's proper old school, that is, when you've got yellow styrene.
I tell you what, it's a bit vile. I can't wait to get a bit of primer on it. But yeah, actually, the moulding of it and stuff is actually really quite nice. It does fit together. I was expecting worse. I have been scratch building a interior because they don't come with any. It's a really, really rough representation of an Oxford interior. But to be fair, under the clay pots, I doubt you'll see that much anyway. But yeah, don't see the decals. There's the decals.
Wow.
There you go. So whether they'll work, I don't know. But what I am overly impressed with, right? Check this out.
Oh, we got a proper stand for it. Wow. Those were
It's
the days when you got a real stand.
You know, actually on the decals, can you see
the decal goes onto there? Yeah.
So I'm gonna spray it gloss black, or matte black. I'm gonna put the decal on, and then I'm gonna gloss it so it's got a shiny, and stick it in the air. So stick the pilots in it and everything. So yes, that's a bit of it. But I've done a vlog today because I haven't done one forever. A vlog. I can't remember last time I did one, and I need to practice my editing skills. So I did a vlog.
So
this
that means
morning.
I'm going to get a phone call
and uploaded it. So Phil, when?
No, you didn't actually. I was going to say normally I get a phone call. How do I do this?
Hey,
you usually get a phone call. How'd you do this again?
Yeah, so, I did honestly. I'd done it all and loaded it into the software, and then I was like, I can't remember how to do this at all. I had to watch the video that Phil showed me, the guy who does it on YouTube. I quickly watched him, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, right, I'm back. I'm back in the game. I know what I'm doing. So
back in the room.
Back in the room. So yeah, I whizzed through it and did my editing and stuff. So
when will the vlog be on?
Monday.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up on Monday, everyone. So it'll be up Monday, across the internet.
Yeah, because Phil does nothing on a Monday, so I'm going to fill in with my weekly.
Sounds so nice. Phil doesn't do anything.
Well, he does, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's my day.
Fair, I think he'd rather be in there than what he has to do on a Monday.
Yes, 100%. Yes, so, definitely. Yeah, that's not a problem.
And after he does a lot on a Monday.
Yeah, I tell you what. After this past fortnight, I feel his pain because I'd rather be in here for what I'm meant to be doing. So yeah, it's yeah, I've been speaking of other stuff as well, work stuff, lots of deliveries coming in. Actually getting some leveling thinners in.
Yeah, nice.
Yes. Some bits of attacker and bits of other stuff. A lot of Tamiya came in last week. Good restock of Tamiya paints, extra thin glue. We've had an AK order come in, so we've got the colouring pens back in, or most of them, and paint and usual bits and bobs. So yeah, loads of bits and bobs going off. So all good. Do you see what else turned up?
Oh wow, that's a proper good one. That is. Wow,
is that
I built that.
Or what?
Yeah, that is a proper classic. Yeah.
Isn't it just? So look at that. It's not quite a window box. I'm a bit disappointed it's not a window box. It's a bit later, but I'm stocking up for next year.
I was going to say, so did you go around the show then? And because you were obviously at the Yeovil show.
Yes.
At the weekend.
I did. We met. Show? It was all right. Yeah, it was a nice little show. I went in the spring one in April, I think it was. Because I didn't realise, because I'm stupid, that they do it clocks forward and clocks back.
Oh, I see. Weekend, right, they do it.
Which I
the
didn't
weekend
know
coincide.
And bearing in mind, I'm like, well, this is only 2 weeks before Telford. It's a weird time to have a show, but I get it now why they do it. And I enjoyed it. It's a bit of a poke for me to come from Doncaster down to, obviously, Somerset. But, yeah, it was nice. It was, met some members, said hello, had a good chat with people, which is always nice, and picked up a couple of bits and bobs, picked up a nice magazinette, shall we say. There we go, cough a lung up on a Sterling.
No, it's all right. I'm controlling it. I'm okay.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, on a Sterling and my little frog kit. So, yeah, it was all right. Interesting it was. I'll tell you what I did see. A 1/72 Shorts Belfast kit. Built.
Right, okay. Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever seen one of them.
No, I don't think I've seen
at
one.
All.
No.
Not
you
built.
Don't have photos of it?
No, I'm a bit useless when it comes to flight. I was saying to I was talking to somebody. I really should take some photos. I'm going to go round and have a look and take some photos. And then I got to, I just and that's where you need to come in, because you do it. I just get sidetracked and forget. I took one. Let me show you the photo I did take, because this did catch my eye. I thought this was really cool.
Aren't there members who have photos of the show?
Probably. I don't know if you can see that. You see that?
A gannet. They were like gannet.
Yeah, but it's that. I think it was down in Cornwall. I think.
Is it one from the Aero Park? Yeah.
Yes.
It's probably from the Aero Park. It's where planes went to die because they never looked after them.
Yeah. So obviously you can see the state of that. But I think that's a
really nice job. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Hopefully that'll be at Telford and you can see it in the flesh, because it's obviously a lot better than my my photo of it. But yeah, it's some really interesting stuff there, and just nice to get out. I think nice to get to a show. So looking forward to Telford next week, aren't we, Corien?
I wish.
She'll be there, so we'll make her.
That's it. I'll pick her up on the way. It'll be fine. Just jump at Bristol. I'll just in and through. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But But yes, we will be at Telford on this, not this Saturday, obviously next Saturday. We're not there Sunday though, so we're only there for the Saturday. We're not selling anything. We're not doing anything. We are literally just walking around and enjoying the show. So we're taking photos and various bits. So please come over and say hello.
I won't be taking photos. I forget.
Well, he won't be taking photos because he's useless. But that's it. Andy will. Andy's good.
Yeah, so, Andy's good at that. Yeah, somebody will do it. One of them will do it, but not me probably.
Yeah, this year we just got to remember Nathan's lunch.
Yeah, we can't. Why, we've got lunch already booked.
Have we?
You said so. We've been invited with the.
Oh yeah, we can go to the Belgium lot. Yeah, absolutely.
The Belgique lot are going to feed us, aren't they?
We're over there for lunch. That's fine. But last year we all turned up en masse with everything you could ever want. Greg's sausage rolls, the lot. It was perfect. And then it was like, "Where's Nathan's?" It was like, "Shit, we've got Nathan."
Just let's put this into respect. Poor old Nathan left early because he was setting up the
show
on his SIG, weren't he? So we all tipped up later on, and obviously we're in the kitchen. We've had a breakfast and whatever, and like, who wants a sandwich? And the our lovely ladies were doing our dinner. I never thought about anything. Like, that was really. I felt really awkward about that.
I did. But I did say have a sausage roll.
These sausage rolls are lovely.
That's it. Very nice, but yes, yeah.
No, we have been invited apparently from what Phil said to have lunch. So cheese and wine
over there. Cheese and wine deal. So that's it. We're in.
Belgian? Which Belgian guys?
Oh.
Well, the lot that are coming over.
Phil spoke to them.
They spoke to me at Scale Model Challenge and said you have to come over. I said we'll be there. Honestly, you've just waved food.
Club or a company?
Club.
A club. Okay, and you don't know which club?
I should think it's probably IPMS Belgium.
Okay.
Because that's who goes. So I'm just going to go with that.
It could be the Brussels lot or the Antwerp or,
it could be
somewhere else.
I know lots of clubs from Belgium. So that's why I thought.
And also, I just have to say thank you to everybody who bought off of us, come and said hello or everything at Scale Model Challenge. The usual thing, it's a mental show. It is crazy busy. Apologies if you've watched my little thing about that I put up last Friday. No way could I actually get round the competition area. I literally got caught talking for 10 minutes, and then I blame Dan and Kev.
Is it their fault, is it?
Literally, I got talking to them. We was only having the app, and then they showed me theirs and all the rest of it. And then by the time I moved round to go down the next row, it was just rammed. Yeah. So you've got a million people like this with cameras. And when you've got a camera and you're trying to pan through, unless you like snowplow it and go along literally up against the actual the bit itself and just, then you're probably going to get punched.
Do you know what they should do? And Corien can mention this to them. Is actually have a press.
Press moment.
Press half an hour or whatever, just to
I think they do.
People who do it can have the get a bit of nice filming done, because it promotes the show as well, doesn't it? Because it's obviously going to go out to the world, which then is good advertising for them. I think Telford should do the same, if I'm honest. They used to do it a little bit, didn't they?
They did. We used to get in, I must admit. Do you remember that year we had a bit of running with a security guard?
Yes, I do, yes.
So, he's a proper job's worth. So I had to go off and speak to someone to get us in. But as a group, we normally, on Sunday, because we were a trade, we used to get in there early anyway. Yeah. And then as the magazines were up there doing the photo, they used to have the press hour, wouldn't it? And that's how they did it. Yeah. So we would go up then, but we had a real job's worth. He was like, name's not on the list, you're not coming in. He's like, I do this every year, mate. Just let us in. No. So anyway, I went off and spoke to somebody who then kindly escorted us past him.
Was that going up the stairs? Was that what we tried?
No, if you remember, some of the we went up the stairs and got stopped.
Or could you just go in the lift?
But the other guys came in the lift and bypassed him, and went straight in. So, but they wouldn't let us. You wouldn't let us in. So I had to go and speak to someone. Yes, and then he was told to stand down. You muppet. Yeah. Do you know who I am?
I knew that. Yeah, he's like, no. Who are you?
No, never heard of you. Your name's not on the list. You're still not coming in.
No, you're not coming in.
Yeah, that's it. But no, we got in there, and it used to be quite nice because nobody's in there, wouldn't it? And we always used to have a mosey round there until 9, and then get out before everyone else turned up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was nice actually to have a look round without the crowd of people. It's but I mean, when we went to Scale Model Challenge, when I went with you, it was rammed then, weren't it, with people and taking photos. It just shows you it's really popular, isn't it? So. Has it grown then, Corien? Do you reckon? Has it? Because obviously, like we went in 2019. Was it? We went. Was it? Phil?
Yeah. 5 years ago.
18.
Was it 18?
We
went. Yeah, 18. Was it 18 or 19? I think.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, I don't think with traders, because I thought there were less traders, but it's different, because before it's now more figures. It used to be everything, and now it's more figures. So that's the difference. But yeah, I heard that there were more visitors than last year. I don't know if it's true, but they said, and it was really. But I don't think. No, I don't think with traders it's not bigger.
I think definitely the quality of the trade stands is better, because they had scaffolding, and like the gas patch and whoever it was who had the cube, as I called it.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. We came in the morning, it got like that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we thought it was such a jumping cushion for the children.
Yeah, we thought you'd go into it and bounce around on it. Bouncy castle, yeah.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah,
that's it. You could go in there. Yeah, a couple of euros, in you go. But no, it wasn't. It was actually gas patch were in there and the other lot as well. And again, it was like the quality of that, like to bring something like that to the show, I thought was fantastic. But if you look at them, they've all got those big lighting rigs, you know, and they're on legs, and they have them right the way across. Yeah, similar to what I have here in the studio, that stuff, you know, with big lights onto it, and they have TV screens and all this different thing. It's on another level to what we tend to get over here with it. So
that's like a proper trade stand, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It's proper.
You know, like you see at the NEC or down somewhere in London or somewhere where they're doing
it's not just like we have it, like boxes of kits on top of each other. You know, cardboard boxes with kits in, stacked, and then eventually they're all going to just fall off.
Sometimes you have them, but not a lot.
Yeah,
and
make an effort.
As I say, it's more figures now. Also beautiful. Did you have the picture, Phil, from the guys from Monty Python? There was a guy who had the figures of Monty Python. The Ministry of Funny Walks?
The Funny Walks, yeah, he did the figures of it. So,
they were great.
Yes.
Did you have a photo of it?
I don't think I did, but I know the one you mean. It's not in here, is it?
Oh, no, I don't know.
I've seen it somewhere else as well.
Beautiful magazine, by the way, that they gave.
Yeah, and that is the other thing to the show. This is a proper square bound, you know, you can see this is the book.
Matt.
You what, sorry?
I said you can have mine.
Oh, thank you.
But
you can bring it over next week when I see you.
I will. I'll bring it up. I've got 3, so I will bring it up. But yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice.
3. That's also nice. It's free.
It's
free. That's the thing.
Proper effort, don't they? That's what I like about it. It's a full-on thing. So, are you booked in for next year? Then have you pre-booked for 2025, or have you got to do it?
I will, but yeah, I haven't seen anything. I read that they were already preparing for next year, but. And I want I want the same
Telford,
space.
Yeah, I think we had a good spot.
Yeah. So there he is. Jose.
When
Jose.
There he is.
There he is.
That's him.
He is such a nice guy and a good modeler.
Is he still surfing? He does surfing. He's surfing, isn't he?
Yeah.
When will you
Gotha
hear...
Force? That's the one. They did a mega. Their Gotha Force one. I showed it in the video going round. It's like 3D printed and all the rest of it. It absolutely makes the Wingnut Wings kit look like old tap, like a Matchbox kit. Really, really nice. But yeah, they were in with gas patch in the cube. It was Gotha Force.
Gotha Force, was it? All right, okay. Keep an eye out for them then. So when will you hear if you can book for next year then? Because obviously when we did Telford, you kind of book it on the Sunday or whenever because they call you, don't they? Do you want next year? And you know, so I'm surprised they don't do that at SMC, to be honest.
You mean that you can already book for the next year?
Yeah, we did it all. No.
Why? Because then you have someone behind the desk. I remember the lady counting.
Counting the pennies.
People waiting, queuing.
Yeah. Everyone paying in shrapnel.
No, it's
yeah.
It's with SMC. They know people want to come, so they don't have to bother. It's just okay. Online payment, and that's it.
What's the show in Germany in March? What's that called?
EME, Euro Model
That's
Expo.
the one. That's the one. Yeah.
That's the guy you spoke to, Phil.
Yeah, in his Panzer. Yeah. Yes.
Lovely.
He's a really nice guy. Yeah, no, he's a lovely guy. It's fine. So yes, it's nice to go to that one.
Yeah, it's funny because when you talk to him, he speaks German, Dutch, and English all together. All together.
Like you.
I thought you were going to say like you then.
It was funny because most of the people thought that we were an English stand.
Yeah, because we were talking in English.
And they were talking, and I heard them talk Dutch, and I said, "Okay, Dutch," and they were, "Huh?" I thought it was English. No, it was.
Yeah, these poor people are trying to explain in English about stuff to Corien, and I'm thinking, just speak Dutch. So, and then she'd say something in Dutch, and they're like, "Ah," and then before you know it, it's a phlegm fest. So yes, it was fine at that point. But yeah, it's funny. If you speak English, everybody just immediately just speaks in English. So,
but the guy Bertel Tucker, he's from the German show. He has a Dutch wife. So when we are talking, he sometimes he's talking German, and I understand German, and he's always he makes jokes. So terrible. Dark black, and and now he came and he said, "Corien, I'm sorry, I don't have any jokes." I said, doesn't matter, but we can make really terrible jokes. I'm just laughing about it. I love it. But yeah, when we're talking, he starts in Dutch, and then he goes to German, and then he goes to English, and he goes back to Dutch, and every time I never know how to when I see him, which language I would start with. We were like, okay.
Speak to him in French.
Yeah.
No, my French isn't that good. Un très, très, très petit peu. That means I speak French a really, really, really tiny bit.
The guys just saying in the chat room, they're saying about Euroscale modelling at the end of November in the Netherlands. They're saying it's about the same, as big as Telford, I think, with more square feet. Than SMC, but shitty food and beer. Yeah, is this true? Can you comment on the food and beer and food? You know, it's.
I don't know. I never buy anything, or no, I don't know.
Where's that show then?
The guy is saying that he is at Euroscale modeling.
Yeah,
ESM.
It is
Oh,
ESM.
that's from IPMS.
Yeah.
Is that as big as Telford? No, I think Telford is big. Well, it's become smaller now, but I think ESM, yeah. And Houten. Is it? No, it's not that big as Telford. You think?
Whereabouts in the Netherlands is that then? Where is that held?
Houten. It's near Utrecht. It's half an hour from here.
All right. Okay.
The only server Heineken through the catering. Best beer you get in Belgium. Telford is a bit bigger, but not much. Okay. But ESM is in, it's, I think, 2 weeks after Telford.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it then for the year, or is there any others just before? You
have other shows, but we don't go to any shows anymore because we used to go to maybe 15 or 20 shows a year, but it's way too expensive, and the smaller shows, they are really nice. I love them, but yeah, and we now have a smaller car, so we have to hire or ask for someone for a bigger van.
Yeah.
It's also, but it's also with Telford. I would love to go to Telford, but I can't pay it. It's ridiculous, these prices, and especially also with going into the UK and showing that you have to pay the VAT straight away, the 20%, and then you go to Telford and you go back and you have to show what you have sold, and then you get your VAT back within 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say 8 weeks later, so after they've sat on your money for 2 months, then you get it back.
Yeah. But also fuel and everything.
Oh yeah, comedy.
I don't know what a stand now is with Telford. How much you pay for that? We used to have 2 tables, I think, and that was.
You used to have a corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we paid most of the time £300-400 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and probably will be much more expensive now, I think.
To be honest, it was the big conversation. Obviously, me being over there, people were surprised to see me over there. And like, how'd you do it? But obviously, I was running it through Corien with Flooring Models Europe, so it wasn't actually me; it was Corien stock. We were doing it, but again, it was that thing about everyone would say, "Wish we could come over," want to come over, but it's just so much. The cost is the primary reason, but also for trade, trying to trade in the UK is just no good. It's not worth the hassle. For the amount of money you're going to make, it's not worth doing it, and you have to respect that. That's why we don't go out there. So
it's a shame. We used to go also to the smaller shows in the UK. It was great. Cambridge and SMMS, that was in Folkestone. We did that in one day. We left at 3 o'clock in the morning and we came home at 11 o'clock at night, completely knackered. But it was so good. We were in some sort of sports hall or something, and there was also a kindergarten. So we came in. I remember so well. We came in and there were tables for the children. I said, "Okay, I know I'm not very big, but it's David was working like this. He said, "I can't work like this." Yeah, but that was so good. It was small, but and I think sometimes we make jokes about it, but I think the people from the UK, they are so welcome, always warm welcome, always friendly, always you feel very welcome. That's how I feel. I don't know if you have the same. Maybe because I'm a woman, I don't know.
No, I have to say I was made to feel very welcome in over with you. During the trade, everyone was speaking, everyone was talking. As I say, it's a lot more happy place, shall we say? I said before, what I really like about it is when you're like I was walking past people doing work, and there's a lot of modelling going on still and stuff like that. People talk to you instead of grunting at you. They actually engage with you.
I tell you what, to be fair, Phil, when I was at the Oval Show, a lot of people were talking. It was very good actually. I enjoyed it. And to be honest, like last year when we went to Telford, because we were on the other side of the
that's it. Yeah.
Other side of the fence again.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed last year's Telford because it was just nice to actually speak to people and have a look at the show. Because when you're working, I don't unless you actually do it, I don't think you appreciate how stressful it actually is to do it.
Yeah.
The run up and actually doing the weekend and then the after, you've sorting all that after it's really full on for a good couple of weeks, isn't it? To get yourself organised, get your stock right, get there, get up, do the show. Stress about stock, stress about everything else, and then obviously setting up, breaking down and stuff. It's full on. So just appreciate the traders that turn up to shows because it's not as easy as it probably you think it is. It's hard work. It really is.
Yes.
And, you don't get a break. You stood on your feet all day, and you can't leave your stand. And it's.
And then you go home and you go and find your shed in the middle of a black out field with no lights, and I've still got mozzie bites all over me. Seriously,
that's probably why you're poorly. You've got malaria.
This could be it. I haven't thought of that, but I have. Seriously, my back. They loved me over there. Clearly, the little bloodsuckers had a feast on me. They don't have to eat now until at least June. So, but no, it's fine. So clearly, I was very much like there.
Project.
Was it unseasonably warm?
It wasn't cold at all, was it? No, it wasn't cold.
Was it unseasonably? I can't even say the word, but season. I can't even say it for me, Corien, in English.
Yeah, unseasonably warm.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. No, it was. I think 70 degrees or something. 80
degrees. What's that? I only know the old modern way. Celsius.
Celsius.
It's about 17, 18, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think during it. I think when I first flew over, it was 21 degrees and raining.
Yeah, raining. Yeah.
I happen to say I left the UK and I flew out. There's a gorgeous moon. When I left here at like literally 3 o'clock in the morning, I was sat in the car doing that bit to camera. I didn't even need my headlights on. I could have driven to Bristol with no lights because it was literally so moonlit. It was proper. It was on the back end of that supermoon we had. So, and it was gorgeous. Not a cloud, not a breath of wind. Get up to the airport, drop the car off, get in there and all the rest of it. Get out to the plane, took off, moonlit, flying across, lovely. Literally come off the channel, cloud bank. That's the video. You can see it coming in. It's literally just solid cloud. Land, it's raining, it's drizzly. It's like it said I could have stayed in Britain for this.
I was going to say, I bet you thought you just landed back at home, didn't you?
Yes.
This is it. Yeah, I've just flown round for an hour.
How long did you taxi for when you got to Schiphol?
Oh, well, that was the thing.
12 minutes.
Schiphol. So, yeah, so 12-minute taxi. So literally it was that thing. But the pilot comes on. He's like, bing bong. He says, well, we're happy to say we left 5 minutes early because we were good and on the way. And he says, we got a nice tailwind as well. So literally we're going to be landing around about 10 to 15 minutes early. He said, the bad news is we're on the southern runway and it's going to take us 12 minutes to taxi in to the stand.
It is like being on a coach, isn't it? When I went,
it is, yeah.
I was just like, here we go in. You could just
it's going to just keep driving. And the bit where you go over the motorway as well, you taxi over that. It's like, that's it. We just keep going to the hotel. It's fine.
You should just ring a bell and say, stop, can I get off, please?
My highlight, though, of the holiday like that, if you want to say, I literally got through security, and I have to say they are far better than ours over there. They've got it. You take your belt off and hold it. You don't have to put all your stuff, your laptops, and it's a lot better. So did all of that, and I come down the stairs into the main one. I'm looking for clogs and the usual things to buy at the airport. And there's a wheelchair going along on its own. And it's got a big light and it's flashing, and it goes along, and I'm watching it, and it goes past me, and then it turns and it goes off. So it's like, obviously, it's a wheelchair. It's got the person to the gate and then going back on its own. Brilliant. Why don't we have them? I said, well, you could put the person in it and just take you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a wheelchair going along on its own. And I watched it and I was like, seriously, I'm waiting for someone to have a remote behind it, And it's like, no. And it just went off. And then I saw another one come across at one point and literally just went across with nobody in it. So, well, that's very clever. So
they had that for you because they knew you were having back pain, so they were just driving around you.
Just driving around, waiting to pick me up.
You would hop in.
Yes, that's it. That's it. By the time I've walked 4 miles to the gate. So, yes. Anyway, it was a good trip. Very, very worth it. And as I say, we'll be back very, very soon. So,
but it wasn't that long that it rained. I think it was maybe an hour or 2 hours, and then it.
Yeah. It cleared up by the afternoon, wasn't it? So.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Anyway, right. Okay, then, guys, we will leave it right there. I'll be back with you tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be back with you like this, but I will be back because obviously we've got part 1 of the Osprey build. That's going to be up for the members to watch tomorrow. And then obviously this will make its way out to everywhere, although it is already. But it will be up on YouTube as well. So if you want to see the M10 Booker, it's a great kit. I have to say, I love the features with this particular one. We often talk about, we spoke at the beginning of the show, of like manufacturers making strides and moving forward. That's definitely a step forward. The way that track system all goes together, and then it's very, very clever. I like it. Very, very nice indeed. Anyway,
Phil, as I see, it's not a wheelchair. Dirk says it's a luggage robot.
No. It's definitely a wheelchair.
Okay.
It literally is it's a wheelchair. You would sit in it. You can put luggage on it. I saw the luggage ones going around as well. But, they do like the normal assistance ones and stuff like that, which is like a golf cart that's stretched. Saw loads of them. But no, this was literally a wheelchair going along.
Who lost.
To be honest, it looked like the one from the X-Man, the old, Captain Kirk or whatever it is from the X-Men when he made the defection.
Professor X, do you mean?
Yeah, Professor X. It looks like his thing going along, but they're black. But obviously they've got flashing lights on and all the rest of it.
Oh,
yeah.
So they just lost their luggage.
So you couldn't have that in the UK. Somebody would nick it. You'd have the batteries out of that before it got past the terminal.
It'd be on bricks.
It'd be on bricks. Yeah, that's it. So, yes, that's it. Right. Okay, then. We will leave it right there. Say, I'll be up with you tomorrow. We've got these parts of these ones coming up as well. And we'll all be back again with you soon. So, are we all done? Nothing else we need to discuss? We all sorted?
No,
Can I go and cough? Because I'm going to die. I need to breathe. I'm turning blue. So yes, good job. Right, we'll leave it right there then. Happy modding. Take care. We'll all see you again very, very soon. Say goodbye, guys. We're out of here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.